April 15th. You're live, and we're going live in 7 minutes. Today is April 15th. Word for the day.
Seven minutes until showtime. Minutes until showtime.
6 minutes. Okay, done. Need photo. And as soon as I find that photo, we've got 6 minutes. And we are going live. We're talking about taxes today. Today is April 15th, and it's the tax deadline. And trying to find another picture here to send in. I've got too much. That's a possibility.
5 minutes until showtime.
5 minutes until showtime. I want to try to get her name right. M-A-D, Ahmadin Shad. Hope I got that right. 71479. And
4 minutes
4
until
minutes.
showtime.
4 minutes till showtime, people. Have you done your taxes yet? Have you? Probably. I'm not going to even guess. Just in case. Four minutes and counting down.
3 minutes
3
until
minutes.
showtime. Two minutes until showtime.
Baby, you need to cut that off. I'm doing a live show.
One minute until showtime. Your show is about to start in 42 seconds. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Keep on and you'll be able to listen to the show. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Women have the power to transform this world. And crime and violence. We all agree to do one thing. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talent, share our finance. But most of all, let's share our love.
We're live. Don't call me. Call the number that I just sent you.
I'm Naima executive producer of the Female Solutions Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-505-9325 and participate in this daily think tank. And we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that we will meet and market.
I cannot hear.
Changing the world in a way you do. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one USA. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao, in India, Namaste, in Japan, Konnichiwa, in Korea, Annyeonghaseyo, in Russia, Здравствуйте, in Germany, Guten Tag, in Poland, Dzień dobry, in France, Bonjour, in Spain, Hola, in such thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversation on hiring with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. Monday, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure to send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and visit our info. We'd love to have you experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments people today. Stay on purpose, stay at home. Next session on mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. It is your mindful day. Thanks for listening.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining me this morning on the Female Solution, Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness, to start your week off with the Mindfulness Stress Relief Session. In America, it is Taxation Day. April 15th, it's the tax deadline, and the subject today is, where do our taxes go and what are they used for? Joining us will be Rabbi Michael Yosef Bey and professor from, let me try and get the last name right, so work with me here, from Lorraine Valley, Professor Samana, I got that. Last name is pronounced Ahmad Janine Jat. Hope I got that right. If I didn't, I'm sure when she comes on that she will correct me. So please bear with me. If you're listening online, we are on Facebook Live this morning on Zelda Speaks, and Twitter and Instagram as well. And we're also on the Higher Learning Network TV show channel. So if you go to YouTube, you want to watch there, it's Higher Learning Network TV channel. I know that's a mouthful, but it is what it is. And also you can check out our show on this channel, as well as if you're in Chicago, on Xfinity Channel 19, Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. And if you would like to join the conversation this morning, we'd love to have you. Call 515-605-9325, and remember to press 1 to speak. Otherwise, we won't know you're there. Well, we see you there, but we don't know that you want to talk until you press 1 and we can open up your microphone. So if you're live with me this morning on social media, bear with me. You may hear my voice, but you may not see the screen. I'm switching back between screens to do whatever it is that I have to do. If you are headed out today, it is not a pretty picture. It is spring break has turned into winter chaos. So you might want to dress just like it's winter outside today, because it is winter outside. 31 degrees, only a 34 expected today. What is this one here out by itself? It just has a mind of its own. You know, that's what hair does. Today's traffic and weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of iTex.com. Stop paying cash for your business and personal needs. Use barter dollars instead. You know, that's what we did back in the day before they came up with the currency. And there is a $100 iTex bonus sign up for new members, businesses, or entrepreneurs that join online. But you must use the promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A, ZELDA. Not Zelma, not Zella, but Zelda. Okay? And if we are headed out this morning, there is severe weather everywhere you can possibly look. In Texas, Alto, Texas, in the south, we don't hear of a lot of tornadoes there, but there has been 2, and it has wiped people out. They are homeless this morning. So in your prayer time today, in your quiet time, just say a quiet prayer for those who have been affected by the tornado that's in Alton, Texas. And if you are headed out this morning and you're driving, do allow extra time. It is total chaos on all expressways. and as well as CTA delays there. The Blue Line has stopped at Harlem to Forest Park. There are delays there due to the winter, and there is 5.4 inches of snow. No, not today. That was sometime back in history. But today there is a lot of snow, but it's just not 5.4 inches. That was back in 1988, I believe it was. But thousands of flights at O'Hare have been canceled, not delayed, but canceled. So if you're heading out today, you might want to call ahead and check on your flight. On the Eisenhower, there is a major disruption there. The inbound Eisenhower is closed at the Jane Byrne interchange. Major icy conditions, and it's been shut down, so do expect delays. The westbound bridge over the Dan Ryan, there's a 10-car crash. There are 3 ambulances, so you do not even want to think about getting on the Eisenhower. You might want to take a local way in today. As we take a look at the Kennedy, it's chaos. There were 96 minutes inbound, 30 minutes on the outbound. On the Eaton's, 23 minutes and 20 minutes on the outbound. On the Dan Ryan, it's 19 minutes in, but there are delays due to that closure from the Ryan. It's an hour and a half delay, so expect that. Don't be in a hurry because you will not be going anywhere. On the Bishop Ford, 22 minutes in and 19 minutes on the reverse. On the Stevenson, 37 minutes in, 21 minutes out. Lakeshore Drive, your usual delays, 20 minutes in and 18 minutes out. And today's traffic is sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. Stop paying for your personal and business needs. Use barter dollars instead. And there is a $100 new sign-up bonus for businesses that join online, but you must use the promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A. And if you are just joining us on social media, please like and share this video because it is our intention for those who watch and follow us to bring you enlightening information, not the normal chaos that you see on regular television and news, chaos and confusion. We want to bring you something that can help you make it through your day, your week, your life, and share that with someone. And if you are looking to earn income, there is fundraising available for nonprofits. You can learn how to make money on Amazon by going to zeldaspeaks.com. Actually, it's for profits and nonprofits. And it has helped the Higher Learning Network raise money for their efforts as well as the TV show. So be sure and set those DVRs for Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 and 24/7 on the web at higherlearningnetwork.org. Also keep in mind that we're due to the SAD diet, the SAD, Standard American Diet. Most people who live in America eat the Standard American Diet, and it is slowly but surely killing us. And because they have taken nutrition out of the school and we don't bother to, or don't have the time to look to see what's best for us, we're all eating garbage. Oh, thank you for joining us this morning on our Facebook page. We're always looking for health ambassadors. If you want to teach those who are pre-diabetic, borderline diabetic. I know I was borderline diabetic for 10 years. I reverse type 2 diabetes, and if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I was the pound cake eating, buttercup, sugar, you name it, I eat it. Still eat it occasionally, but not like every day for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Anyway, if you want to make extra money doing that, go to diabetes reversal. Actually, go to diabeticdonut.com. That's diabeticdonut.com. And if you are looking for food for the soul, this is the place to be on Monday Morning Mindfulness. And today I will read to you the word from the day taken from Inspirational Conversations, 365 Days of Empowerment with Shalomith Israel, aka Zelda Speaks. And somebody asked me, said, why do you say Shalomith Israel, aka Zelda Speaks? Because Shalomith is my chosen name from Second Chronicles. You know, we can do that here in America. We can be anybody we want to be. And Zelda Speaks is my name from radio and television. That's what people know me as. So, of course, it's branded, and I have to use it in order for people to recognize. So, Shalom with Israel, aka Zelda Speaks. And today I will be reading from not April 15th, because I don't always read from the page of the day. I read what Spirit gives me. And today it gave me April 14th, and it says affirmations. Do you know what affirmations are? The affirmations we will be doing very shortly here with the Monday morning mindfulness meditation session. It says affirmations are tools for changing consciousness. We must repeat positive affirmations to ourselves at least not 1, not 2, but 3 times a day. We must convince the subconscious level of our minds, because most of us operate on a conscious level. Get yourself a copy of Louise Hay's book, Celebrate Your Life and Heal Your Life. That's when the real work begins. Can't afford one? Then go to the library. It's available in book form and on audio cassette, so you have no excuse. And affirmations will help you throughout the day when chaos appears. And let me show you how these affirmations work. I'll be showing you very shortly. And I promise you, if you practice them, they will work without your even trying. Practice, practice, practice. Prosper, prosper, prosper. That's some inspirational conversations available from Shalom with Israel, aka Zelda Speaks, at zeldaspeaks.com. Just click on training and you'll see that information and products there. And as it is 7:15, it's tax day in America. And as I said earlier, we have Monday morning mindfulness meditation. So this is the time that we become relaxed and begin to prepare for the day, because when you go out into the world, chaos is waiting for you. And there's only one way to handle that chaos, and that's to prepare for it. And we prepare for it with our minds. Of course, you'll grab your scarf, your gloves. You live in Chicago or in a cold climate, you know, your turtleneck. I wear a dickie sometimes, and a warm coat. But we've got to clothe the mind first. And until we clothe the mind first, nothing else will happen. So let us begin the process of closing our thoughts. I should say opening our thoughts as we begin. So what I'd like you to do is to sit up straight in your chair. If you're in a chair, if you're on the floor or in the bed, yeah, you can lay down too, but the energy from the spine is not circulating. That's why I ask you to sit up. So if you can, sit up. If you can't, it's okay. As long as you have the experience, that's really what's important. So, feet flat on the floor, nothing in your hands, your arms by your side, or if you like, on your lap, hands up, back straight, and eyes closed. If you're joining us online, you may see the screen turn dark because I do not want you looking at me, Philip, Daniel, Tommy, Shirley, Cynthia, Vivian, and all of you listening. I do not want you looking at me. I want you to close your eyes. So the only thing that you should see is the inside of your eyelids. So we will begin by counting to ourselves, inhaling to the count of 5, hold it, and then exhale to the count of 5. And try to breathe through your nose if you can. If you can't, it's okay, but try and breathe through your nose. And as you're breathing, you'll feel your chest inflate. If you don't feel your chest inflate, not your shoulders, no, not your shoulders, your chest. Feel your chest inflate and go down as you exhale. Happy birthday, Naima, our executive producer from The Female Solution. Grand Rising. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that. It says that it is time for us to inhale deeply through the nose. Inhale deeply. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Feeling that chest. Inhale deeply. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3. Counting to yourself. Inhale deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's slow that breathing down and continue. Inhale deeply. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And exhale. 2, 3. As you are breathing to yourself and counting to yourself, give thanks for the power of the breath, because someone somewhere is unable to breathe on their own. Someone may have a trachea in their throat, or a lung machine, or just congested with sinusitis, like I have been all my life. Talk about that at another time and how to get rid of it. You'll be amazed. As you are breathing, give thanks for the Creator that is responsible for the breath that we breathe, that gives us life, it gives us love, it gives us joy. And let us be reminded that the breath that we breathe is on borrowed time. And what that means is, inhale deeply. We have been given an assignment. And when that assignment is over, the breath will cease. So as you awaken every day, know that if you still have breath, then you have work to do. That is correct. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, you give thanks for that which you have been destined to do today. Because tomorrow is not promised. Someone on this call today or someone watching online on social media may not join us next week because their time is up. But your time is not up because you're here with us today. And we give thanks. Inhale deeply. And as we are breathing, let us give thanks for the breath as it moves and the energy. And we send love and life and more breath to the tops of our heads. As we feel that energy at the top of our head, we feel the energy circulating from the top of the head. As the energy moves down to the forehead, to the eyebrows, to the eyelashes, the eye sockets, under the eyes, the cheeks, and the nose. And don't forget about the lips. Inhale deeply. Giving thanks as the energy continues to flow down through the chin and the neck and the shoulders. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And as we exhale, we allow the energy to continue to flow down through the chest, the solar plexus, the arms, the elbows, the wrist, and the fingers. Yes, that energy is moving as we speak. And we give thanks for the breath that continues to direct it down through the hips, the buttocks, the back, the thighs, and the knees. Oh, yes, those glorious knees. Inhale deeply. And we give thanks for each and every body part that we are naming as the breath continues to flow down through the legs, the shins, the ankles, the arches, and the heel. And as that energy continues to flow down through the top of the foot and the bottom of the foot and the toes, wiggle those toes. Yes, we give thanks. Inhale deeply. Sending that energy back from the tip of the toes to the instep, to the arch and the heel and the ankle, back up through the legs and the knees and the thighs and the hips and the back and the solar plexus and back to the neck. And the energy is back at the top of the head. Inhale deeply and exhale. Knowing that we are at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, we give thanks for the voices in our heads that are telling us to focus on our to-do list for today and telling us about the little pain that may be somewhere in our body. That's why we take a long inhale and hold it and exhale. Because every time we breathe in, we are sending signals to the brain. The breath is a conductor. It is responsible for the flight or fight. And as we breathe, we are sending positive signals to the body and the brain to do what is best for it, what is instructed to do. And this time, as you exhale, bring your head forward, chin to chest, and slowly rotate your head to the left, still breathing and counting, and slowly moving your head to the back. You should just be getting to the back. Slow down. You're moving way too fast. Slow down. And you should just be getting there to the right. If you feel a little pop in the neck, it's just air between the muscles. It's okay. And the tendons and the ligaments. Slowly bringing that head back around to the front, chin to chest, and reversing the head to the right. Slowly, 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 slowly. Inhaling deeply. Slowly continuing to roll your head around and bringing your head back to the front. And inhale deeply. Exhale and look to your left as far as you can, feeling the muscles in the right side of the neck. You should feel that stretch. Bringing the head back around to center and turning the head to the right as far as you possibly can. Feeling stretch on the left-hand side. If you're sitting erect, this should not hurt. If you're slumped over, you may feel some pain. So be sure your back is erect. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just experienced the joy of breath, of mindfulness. And this is something that you can practice on a daily basis. You have just, through your breathing, alerted your brain to alert your body that has activated the happiness gene. You see the smile on your face? You've activated the happiness genes and all the other genes that tell you you are protected today. Continue breathing. Inhale deeply. Knowing that every muscle, fiber, tendon, and ligament, and cell, the trillions of cells that rejuvenate every single night as you sleep, they have just been re-energized. So you, my dear, will feel that energy throughout the day. And as you say out loud, I am. Two of the most powerful words on the planet. I am. And what will you follow those words with? I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. You have just spoken into existence who and what you are for this day. I am. Taken from scripture. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. Say it out loud. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. Just like I am. I to do and what I'm doing, and that is breathing and reminding myself of the God force of the Creator that is within me. I give thanks for the breath. I give thanks for my liver, my lungs, my pancreas, my spine, my spleen, my reproductive organs, my digestive system, my assimilation system, my elimination system. I give thanks for my entire body because I could not experience what I am experiencing now without the organs in my body. And if any of those organs are causing me, reminding me that I need to do something with them, like eat a little less salt, talking to myself now, eat a little less sugar, drink a little bit more water, we give thanks. For those pains are reminders that there's an imbalance somewhere in our minds, whether it's personal or professional, there's an imbalance, and we can correct that balance. And you can do that by breathing. Not only breathing, but watching what you put in the mouth. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that you live and that you work with, okay? Because I know you're not one of those people. And if you just tuned in this morning, you're listening to Monday Morning Mindfulness. So welcome to the Female Solution. And hopefully, if you've had that experience, if you came on late, go back and listen to the archives. Today's show is entitled as Taxation Day. And I hope you enjoyed that mindful experience as we ask ourselves the question, where does our tax dollars go? Yeah, you might want to tune in today. And when you call in, just let us know how much you enjoyed the meditation this morning. And remember, this is something you can practice. It doesn't take 5 minutes. You can do it in 30 seconds. And how you can do that is just start breathing. Just start breathing. Inhale and exhale. Do that for about 30 seconds. And people will look at you like you've lost your mind. And that's okay, because chances are they will back up off of you and give you your space. So that's why that's so very important. And it would help if you had just a little bit of garlic or ginger or onion on your breath. That will really make them back away. So try that and see how that works. If you'd like to join the conversation, it is time to go to a message break. We have vital information that can help make your life better, and we will do that. And when we come back, we will be joined by our guest today, Rabbi Michael Yosef Bey and Samana Ahmadinejad. I hope I got that right. And if I didn't, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Also, I'd like to speak on the memorial of Nipsey Russell, because I didn't know who Nipsey Russell was when I thought Nipsey Hussle is his name. I thought about Nipsey Russell back in the 60s or 70s. I'm old school, so I know those things, right? I thought he was, I thought this was like some comedian, rapper, joker or something, but I didn't know this young man was the powerhouse that he is, who was making a difference in Crenshaw. I lived in Crenshaw as a kid, Crenshaw, Mississippi, not Crenshaw, California. So I was like, okay, I got to look in. Crenshaw caught my eye, so I had to take a look at that. And I was like, when you are doing good for the community, sometimes the world does not need to know. You just need to do what you do, because in this society that we live, when you're trying to uplift the community that has been enslaved for hundreds of years, you will be erased from the planet. So you might want to keep that in mind. And that is not to scare anyone. That's just to make you aware. It is 7:32. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to go to commercial break, and you stay close, and we'll have something special for you.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks.
Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world. Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/TheMediaConnectionTV.
YouTube. See you soon.
There are people who choose to make a positive difference in the world. Our job is to bring you their stories to motivate you to do the same. Join us each week, host John Alexander and Naima Latif, as we bring you the educators, entertainers, elected officials, religious leaders, and community activists whose works are transforming this world. Find out how you can make a difference too. Be inspired. Watch The Media Connection. Mondays at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 12 noon on cable TV, Channel 19 in Chicago. In other cities, check your local cable list. You are tuned in to the Soulful Chicago Book Fair 2020 Vision Fundraising Campaign. That's right. You can support the vision of reviving Black literary excellence in this city by simply taking your $20 or more and donating it on our website. Visit page or give us a call at 646-359-6605, and we welcome you, helping us breathe literary life into the South Side of Chicago.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution on Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. And our topic today is the tax deadline. Where do our taxes go? What are they used for? And we'll be bringing our guest on very shortly as we give you an update on the traffic. It is a hot mess everywhere. How about I just say that? If you are traveling in on the Blue Line, there are CTA delays. The Blue Line has been shut. There are 1,000 flights have been canceled, not delayed, but canceled. So there are traffic delays everywhere, especially on the Eisenhower. It is outbound. It's closed at the Jane Byrne interchange due to a 10-car crash, and there are major icy conditions on. Slow down. Don't drive fast today. You can't drive like it's clear outside. You just can't do it because you'll wind up in a ditch, part of this 10-car accident. So do grab a warm coat, gloves, scarves. It's wintertime. It is not spring as we think it is. On the Kennedy, major delays. It's still just a little bit over an hour, 35 minutes on the outbound. On the Edens, 30 minutes in, 25 minutes out. That 10-car crash over the Dan Ryan, ambulances are on the scene. It is still causing delays, over an hour delay there. On the Dan Ryan, 33 minutes in, 25 minutes on the reverse. On the Bishop Ford, 28 minutes in and 18 minutes out. On the Stevenson, 40 minutes in and 30 minutes out. Lakeshore Drive, 22 minutes inbound and 20 minutes outbound. Traffic and weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of iTex.com. Stop paying cash for your business and personal needs. Use barter dollars instead. And there is a $100 sign-up new member bonus for businesses and entrepreneurs that join online, but you must use the promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A. And Zelda is about to introduce to you our guest for today. That would be Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, who is an honor graduate, magna cum laude from Kaplan University, Bachelor of Science in Psychology. He studied at the Israelite Rabbinical Academy of Chicago, that is blackjews.org. His ordination as Rabbi, Jewish Spiritual Leaders Institute. He's an active member of the International Israelite Board of Rabbis, founded by Chief Rabbi Wentworth A. Matthews. He is also president and CEO, I hope I get this name right, Tikkun Chai International. International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, nationally, and internationally. He is a spiritual leader of the Israel congregation in Kenya, East Africa, a new community that has returned back to the traditions of their ancient forefathers and foremothers in Judaism. He is the host of World Black News, a broadcast that offers news on Black development and presents Black news that is not often shared. Pretty much like here on the Female Solution, right? Community organizer with Refuse Fascism Chicago, a chapter of our national office, refusefascism.org, a resistance that counters the rise of fascism that seeks to destroy all human rights nationally and internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, the list goes on, but let me bring on our guest of the hour who can enlighten us as to what's going on. He will be joined by Samantha coming up shortly, but first let us open the microphone of Rabbi Mike Yosef, Ben Yosef. Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us this morning, Rabbi. Welcome to the Female Solution. Thank you for joining us this wintry morning. Can you speak just a little louder? Yes, we can hear you, but still need you to speak up just a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Female Solution. As I was introducing you and I was thinking about how we have gotten away from treating each other in a humane way. And it talks about the rise of fascism that seeks to destroy all human rights. And I think about how we've lost our humanity in small ways, but ways that will continue to grow if we don't pay attention to them. Like the inhumane treatment of this young man, Nipsey Hussle, who was just murdered for the good works that he's doing in the community in Crenshaw. That's an inhumane way to treat someone who's trying to uplift the community. And I didn't see that until I did a little research and found out who this young man was, because I didn't have a clue. But when I heard everyone talking about him, I said, this is a young man, much like yourself, who's trying to make a difference in the quality of life. And I looked at one of your Facebook videos the other day. You were walking down the street, and I'm like, this brother is serious. How did all this get started, Rabbi? How did all this get started? How did it come to be?
Well, I gotta tell you, the Almighty good. First, we give you all praise and glory and honor to the Holy One of Israel, my only Savior and Redeemer, who has given me the mission to liberate and to teach our people about this traditions of the ancient land of Africa. So I just want to give an honor to everybody giving you the ability, focus, and the drive of my people from all walks of life. This life and this the Black experience as a king of the Islamic community, of people of the Asian community. Whoever has the spirit of the Almighty within, that's not what we touch me in a special way. It's much to have with us. Well, to answer your question, I started out I had to decide to be an inspiration when the teacher in my community. Long time ago, because it like 1996, that was the first year of my life. So it was just more like just trying to be honest on what I learned. So I was able to get in touch with the spiritual leaders, and they were very adamant about having the teacher to come up to something to do. And it was a great conversation, and we got together, together. And at first, to be very honest, I was not very comfortable because of the dynamic of they're really inspired. But it was just more like the Almighty touches you. You have a recognition. You can't give your best, just like the scripture about shown them in the issue or how the shit will gain each of our masters to get to be great positive opportunities.
Oh Lord, I've lost it.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you'll be able to listen to the show.
Confident. He had to feel more confident. And now it just grown to a status of I can't stop myself. Love I have.
Hold and you'll be able to listen to the show.
I mean, the children and the future. Yeah, this message be a book for all of us. So that teaching has not been of the years of fabrication and the humanitarian work has now been placed in my thought. And now the torches of the flat path the beauty leadership is a better viewpoint how the world should be when it comes to the injustice of people. So now is the time to be the advocate for change, to find out to be the advocate for black people. And duty is what has been determined and paralyzed the passions of the group that the violence and the incarcerated, and the kingdom is connected. The time now to know those areas to connect and to uplift them and to give them the response and the message the Almighty has for them so that they can come out of their spiritual sin and be living and having a teaching to bring to them in all fashions and we live. So that's pretty much it.
One of our executive producer, Naima Latif, I'm not sure if this came from her or one of, it may be Mama Joy, one of our listeners who participates in the Female Solution on a regular basis, sent me some information this morning, and it says, can you hear me? Rabbi? We hear you loud and clear, so I don't know why you can't hear us. Check your mic, see if you're muted. One of the points of the situation here as descendants of the most distinguished sacred servants of America is to know that the 3/5 compromise of the United States Constitution is still filtering through, attaching to, and impacting us. The 16th Amendment is attached to that 3/5 of a person. And he is having serious delays. I think we have lost Ben Youssef. We'll try and get him to call back in, and I'll see if his number is still on the line. Excuse me. 7:47 if you just joined in this morning. You listen to the Female Solution on Blog Talk Radio. Monday morning mindfulness, 515-605-9325 is the number to call in. if you would like to join the conversation. And I see that the hands are up. So let me go back to, I think Samaya is here with us. Grand Rising, Samaya. Thank you for joining. Samantha. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, I'm not aware. I don't know if the rabbi finished his talk or if he's still in the process.
I think he got disconnected. He hung up. I don't know what happened. He was saying, could he hear me? And I couldn't hear. I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me. So I don't know what. Is he there? Oh, wonderful. He's back. Okay, so we have you both on the line. Thank you. Thank you so much, Samantha. If you could tell us.
Yes,
I was just going to ask you, since I have you both on the line, to tell us a little bit about yourself, because I talked to you first a couple of weeks ago and you invited the rabbi on. So I would like for you to speak for just a moment. Tell us a little bit who you are and your thoughts about today's subject on taxation and why are we paying taxes, and better yet, where do those tax dollars go?
Okay. Well, thank you for considering me and inviting me for your show. I'm very honored. I would like to start by reciting a piece of poetry from the famous 13th century Persian poet. Now, this verse is from 800 years ago, and it's inscribed in the entrance of the United Nations building. The Farsi, the original Persian, is Bani Adam که در آفرینش یک گوهر چون زیب درد آورد میگدار دیگر عذرها را نماند قرار تو که از مهنت دیگران بیغمی نشاید که نامت نهند آدمی. Now that was the original language. The translation is, the sons of Adam are limbs of each other, having been created of one essence. When the calamity of time affects one limb, the other limbs cannot remain at rest if you have no sympathy for the pain of others, or unworthy to be called the name of human. What they're saying is basically when you have like a headache and your body, like any part of your body hurts, you take the day off from work. You can't say, well, my head hurts, so my arms can still do their own thing. You just call it the day off, because your entire body is at unrest from the pain of that particular body part. So what he's comparing is that all people around the world, we're part of the same body. We're part of the same human body. So if one civilization or ethnicity or nation is under distress, and you don't feel that pain, then you're not part of that human body. You're not even worthy of being called a human. Now, regardless of what race they are. Now, this is from 800 years ago. The Persian code, his name is Sa'di. And this is inscribed in the entrance of the United Nations. So, being of that same nationality, generally, when I teach my students, I teach electrical engineering courses, such as electronics and industrial control. I tell my students, I copyright use this information that I teach you to harm any human being, to destroy anyone's home. Use this information to develop well-being for humanity, to fight climate change, to promote clean energy, clean water for all people. Don't use it to destroy people's homes. And I tell them that I do know you're being told that you're fighting terrorism. So let me ask you this. Did they ever find those weapons of mass destruction that so many Iraqis, as well as U.S. soldiers, history repeating itself, you know?
Samantha, I cut your mic off for a hot second to see where that noise from coming from. There's a lot of noise in the background with you. So I was trying to see if that was your mic or Rabbi's mic, and I know it's your mic because I cut your mic off and I didn't hear anything. So are you moving?
Oh, is this better now?
And not really. No. Just
No?
continue talking. I'll let you know.
Okay, so
Yeah, the noise is still there. Samantha, the noise is still there. Can you perhaps go to another phone or something? We can't hear you. It's really bad. We can't hear you. Rabbi, talk because we are really. Yeah, Rabbi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, could you finish? And I'm going to text her and let her know that we can't really hear her because I don't think she can hear me.
So, why is it important to understand about the significance of taxes?
Yes.
Okay, well, today's tax day is the smoke break. If people who are to file their taxes, and this is the last day to do that. And if you don't do that, of course, the penalty that are associated with this thing called tax debt. You give the taxpayer this local name that you must relinquish and file tax dollars of your income to the United States government. However, if you do not pay those taxes, then they have the jurisdiction to file a complaint or have it fined towards the taxpayer to more likely free money. So that's here about how that is appropriate. But this is a big problem with people that not understand when it comes to tax debt. Those dollars that were collected are literally used in to prolong and to fund their programs they want to go ahead and do behind the doors. In other words, it's not transferred to the tax debt. So my research has concluded that these dollars that these are paid are really to fund their programs that execute wars and invasion, to the programs with more weaponry to promote things that will affect people around the world and does not help the people that are here in the America to the dollars of the American public programs to have the places like services like Medicaid or the school program, food programs, food programs for like lunches for children for low-income families, infrastructure issues. You have like bridges or you have like roads, like particularly in Chicago. You have so many potholes in the street that those tax dollars that are collected are not used for those purposes. They are used for other things that are irrelevant for people who suffer. So my job as a rabbi is to highlight and to give these abuses to the platform it deserves for people to understand why is the same day called tax day is to scare you into doing just what they want you to do. In other words, to force you to pay dollars into their abusive mannerism to do things they want to do. So it's really to put it in as a scam. It's legal scam for people not to have the transparency. And a lot of times when we're only responsibility to follow the law, we're taught that. We're told to follow the law. But without questioning the legitimacy of why we do it. And that's the part of the thing. My job is to educate the people. To educate the people to ask the questions. So that they will have the resources and knowledge and understanding why we do it. And we can demand that. Because when you don't understand the knowledge of what you're doing, then you just become like a puppet. It's problematic to look at this. It's problematic to have and force people to go out on tax day. The APA offices tax day right now from 6 in the morning to 12 in the 1159 or 0.99 to 59 have these people of Americans allow their taxes time to give this much free money to them. And it's a scam. So now we have the question we have to have is what does it go for? Well, it does go for, like I said earlier, they go for war, they go to go for these programs, where programs are government to Congress. You have more of a abuse to have things just out there. Some of these programs that put out there, they use the tax dollars not being used. So the people, the American people, don't really understand that these dollars that are paid are put in programs that don't get millions. And then you wonder why. Because when you don't have any money, you don't have any money for this. They have questions. Because they consistently give Israel all these tax dollars to Israel to fund their business wealthy. And you have lobbyists that come here into Congress to meet the politicians and to execute big funding to these people in Israel to fund the Trump-speak type program, and that we don't have any we don't see any recourse of our community development. You don't see any jobs in our community. You don't see any other programs for our children. It's a scam. And it's time for the people to be educated, to listen, to be briefly, and not allow the smokescreen of tax aid used as a matter to scare them, but to demand the transparency of what they're using our tax dollars for in a capacity.
Well, you have said a mouthful, and we have people who are waiting to respond. Most Americans are afraid that if they don't file, they will go to jail or be fined. And it just makes you wonder, because there is a rule that the IRS has that you can, I don't know what the exact amount is, but you can not pay your taxes up to 5 years or something like that. And then there was a gentleman on YouTube, I think it was an Irish guy, some years ago, who refused to pay taxes, and the IRS did absolutely, they came at him, but he never went to jail because he knew some things that you're talking about now. So, the purpose of this show is not to get you to not file taxes. Let the record show this is a disclaimer. We're not telling you don't file taxes. We're just trying to make you aware of the tax laws that are put into place. And what I was reading before we went to commercial was from Mama AZ, who sent me a text, in which I'm trying to find. I may have to come back and get it after the commercial. She was talking about 3/5 human. So that's a good question. If we're 3/5 human, then why do we have to pay? Why can't we pay 3/5 of whatever we're supposed to be? But anyway, we're going to take your calls when we come back. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. We're being joined by Rabbi Michael Joseph Bey of Tikkun International. Am I saying that right? Tikkun International? Tikkun International. Tikkun.
What that means the terror of life. This work that I do is repairing the lives of those.
Amen. Thank you so very much. You stay close, and we'll be right back to take your calls. We're going to take the call from area code 773-221. You will be up next as soon as we come back.
This is Minister Cynthia Marie Williams, spiritual counselor and advisor. I invite you to a private reading in the areas of business, health, finances, relationships, for introductory cost of $20. Please call, because there is a higher power that can help me help you. 312-802-4743. Peace and blessings to you all. Call me. 312-802-4743.
Hi, this is Sharon Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world. Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/TheMediaConnectionTV. We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the new money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456. We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining back here on The Female Solution Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks on Monday Morning Mindfulness. It is 8:05. If you're headed out the door, expect delays this morning. It is a hot mess everywhere you go. Winter warning is here. Spring is nowhere to be found. It's just cold and icy and slippery everywhere you go, so don't go in a hurry because you may not get there safely. So take your time. The request lines are open at 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. If you are watching us this morning online, facebook.com, Zelda Speaks. And thank you, Danielle, Philip, Shirley, Cynthia, Audrey, Vivian, Castro for joining us this morning. Sorry, I can't get to all your names, but you got test questions, call in and let us know what they are. Join us with Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, President and CEO of Tikkun Chai International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, nationally, and internationally. And the lines are lit up. We're going to go to the phones, 312-714-7921. That is our guest. Samantha, are you at a better phone now where we can hear you? Wonderful. We can hear you. There's no noise in the background. Thank you so much for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I hated to cut you off, but we couldn't hear you. So feel free to finish that statement. Feel free.
Yeah, sure. I actually have a question for Rabbi Mike and the rest of the audience. If the U.S. is a state of democracy, and you're claiming that an individual can go to jail if they don't pay taxes for 5 years, how come the civilians aren't given the right to vote and choose where their tax money is going? When you think about it, I was asking Rabbi Mike the other day this question. I said, you as an American Jew paying taxes to Israel, do you have the right to elect or participate in the elections in Israel? Paying them taxes. But since you're not an Israeli citizen, you don't have the right to vote. Yet at the same time, they're getting your tax money. Isn't that symbolic of capitalism and racism in a way when you think about it? And I mean, dictatorship. Because you're paying them money, but they get to choose what they do with your money. And if you don't pay them, you end up in jail. Well, how come you don't get to choose?
Well, this is why that's an excellent question. I have to agree. We are paying our tax dollars to Israel, and you're correct. We should have the ability to have a voice and say to elected officials in that government. I have to also make it known that the Ethiopian jury that are there now that was transported there during times of the I believe 80s or something like that. I was talking about recently. Those Ethiopian Jews do not have access or any position in the government decision making or any elected officials represent that seat, which is a travesty in my opinion. So you're correct. He should have a say of what should be the ones that are that this is your house. My husband, the young Benjamin, in my opinion, should be removed from office because he has demonstrated himself to be soft. He has demonstrated back to follow the rules. He has now and shown his inability to stand and have a backbone when it comes to consolidating and to have a collaboration with a passion in America, which is God of the United States, which is, by the way, against Torah, because the scriptures declare, and there should not be any foreign alliance in any government. That means America. So Israel is alliance itself with the unjust government because of the fact it does not represent what Torah says is law. It's meaning, as you brought me very, very good point. The discrimination, the apartheid is not allowing people of color to have the basic rights in Israel itself. I have been advocating for the Ethiopian jury to have the right to have public schools, public housing that is intended for them, not to be used about my ad, second class citizens. That's what we're seeing right now in Israel. I have many contacts in Israel with when it comes to Ethiopian community. Bird's eye view of what there's the most latest issue that has happened when it comes to Ethiopian jury. Is the Syrian government has denied when there were Ethiopians who were going to Israel, they had to be separated from their families. So the Ethiopians were actually pleading with the government to please unite our people in Israel. And it was a heartbreaking understanding of that that's going on. The kind of, it's not even televised or news. This is not on purpose from the people to see exactly what is going on in international time, which is clearly against the new cause. He wants to have it go to not feel like the human life, but the UN, the United Nations, even was to push sanctions and should put these things in place to ensure that these political powers not influence and do not execute their agenda. People not having access to having equal policy to all those who are in those situations. So that's why I come in to ensure those things are being given the rise and the speech and the voice that it deserves because there's no one standing up to these people. So this election should be an absolutely an opportunity for those of color to have a voice in the valley. We want to be Prime Minister of Israel. We want to be the chief rabbi in Israel. We should have the absolute, complete voice and not have any of our voices silenced. We should have absolutely the voice of the sound wave and give what is so-called democracy to give it the complete transparency so everyone has the opportunity to give their say. Back for the political powers of the one to say to have those powers to have only the top and not with the people who stuff. So it's happening. And I want to go back to what you said about when it comes to the fears of people who have fears that they don't file taxes, that there will be a consequence. of the government coming out. I'm not advocating for to break the law. Make sure that
Let the record show.
breaking the law. You should not break the law. But this is about education. The scriptures do put together. And Hosea 1, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. For lack of knowledge and understanding what you're doing on purpose like a robot. You're not told to pay taxes today, but don't know why you pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
This is about educating the public. Educating the public to give them the resources and the education and the literacy and doing the studies and the homework to understand why they do what they do and why the government has measures in place forced to do it. It's all about the government for God. So I am here to not advocate to break the law of people or to the ordinance of the world. I'm advocating people have a better understanding of why the government has these forces. And we have a right, right? We have a right to demand transparency. We have a right to demand the citizens and the House of Representatives, those who stand on the seat of those who make the arguments upon these chambers. We have a right to know why do we have the most wasteful spending that has practiced on the people has not given resources to the people who are elderly. Why do we have veterans who go on the war and are having resources to have people housing or medication or having the things they need when they come back from their services and their duties on the line of duty? Why don't we have after programs for children who are people of color? Why don't we have where people who are citizens, why don't we have programs for those who are struggling and trying to make the world better? Why don't we have them? So it's about asking the question. That's what we don't do. We don't ask the question. And my job is to get them in the mindset of asking the question. Don't be afraid to ask the question.
And I think our listeners have lots of questions as we go to the phone lines. We're opening them 773-221. You are live on the air with the Female Solution. Grand Rising. What's your name and where you're calling from? And what's your question?
Andrew Nelson, I need to know how to spell that Hebrew word that means a repairer of something. Can the rabbi please explain that, the name of his foundation, please, as well as his contact information? It's called Tikkun Kai International. It means Tikkun means repairer, and Kai means live. So the work is the foundation. It's to be sure and to repair lives of those who are suffering. How do you spell that, please? Tikkun is T-I-K-K-U-N. Saying it too quickly. Say it slowly, please. I'm sorry. T-U-K-K-I-N. Okay. This Kai, C-H-A-I. And international. I deliberately put it international. The first letter is D or G. D as in dog or G as in God? The first letter. Okay. The first letter is G as in B as in boy. How do you spell it? Letter.
I'll spell it for you. It's Tikkun. T-I-K as in kitchen. Tikkun. The second word is C-H-I, chai. Third word is inter-national. So that's Tikkun Chai International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, nationally, and internationally.
Okay, I want to thank the Persian American sister. She has very valuable information as relates to that 13th century poet. I don't know if that was Rumi or did she say Badi as in B-A-D-I?
It was Sadi, S-A-A-D-I. If you look up the sons of Adam are limbs of each other, there's so many links, including Wikipedia, and it confirms that it's been inscribed in the entrance building of the United Nations. This is
Your
800
information
years
is
ago.
valuable. your information is so invaluable. I need to get in contact with you. I give you my phone number, my email address. Do you have contact information that you'd like to give over the air?
Sure. I have a Facebook page, Samana Ahmadi, S-A-M as in Mary, A-N as in Nancy, E-H. And my last name is A-H-M as in Mary, A-B-I. My Facebook profile pic is the picture of Mona Lisa with her feet up in the air. If you want to see your contact information, that's fine.
Is that your username on Facebook?
Yes, yeah. Samana
I'm going
Ahmadi.
to send you today. Are you Baha'i by any chance?
No, I'm actually Muslim. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and
Wow.
I actually met Muhammad Ali there in the mosque when I was growing up. And I really admire him. Like, this was the next question I was going to ask Rabbi. I'm like, if you refuse to go to war against innocent people, but they never harmed you. They're not my enemies. Why should I go fight wars for you? And he had a point. He was a very smart man. Because when you think about it, I mean, you look at all these veterans, they're homeless. Where's that money that they brought to the table?
Mm.
It goes, and I tell my students this, I said, don't go fighting, risking your life, risking your money, your home, throwing people's homes to make these politicians better in the name of justice. It's not terrorism. You're fighting for their pockets, not terrorists. Because when you think about it, the money that was spent, like those weapons, millions of dollars of weapons were sent to Saudi Arabia, they destroyed Yemen's only water infrastructure. And now 20 million, the world's worst cholera outbreak crisis that the media remains quiet about. And 20 million, like their population is 25 million, 20 million people there are in severe conditions. They need emergency assistance. From the cholera and the starvation of lack of access to hygiene and clean water because of the water infrastructure that was destroyed.
And not to mention the NATO sorties that flew over Libya and destroyed Colonel Gaddafi's water infrastructure and stole their gold. That's one of the biggest war crimes in history, and the individuals responsible for that need to be identified and held accountable.
You know what's so wrong about this? Yeah. My father is a professor. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One thing, and I just participated in an action in Chicago with the youth fascism. The action was hands-off the journalist Julian Assange. Everyone doesn't know who he is. He's a journalist that was elected before disclosing the war crimes of what America is with communism. He was elected, and none of the British government has been detained, and now this current administration is trying to expedite him to America to do. We know what they want to do. They want to silence him. They want to keep him in and lock him down so that the war crimes that the government is responsible for with the tax dollars now. And the tax dollars are being done and used for those war crimes. This gentleman was doing a just tax to dispose all of the war crimes of the country responsible for the dollars that we're using, that we're getting freely every single day, and to support this tax base of every state. So, and now this is a big thing. This story is published in Wiki. So now they're willing to have this thing where they do not want this stuff to get out. They do not want us to be able to get it from the roadblock. The roadblock of just giving your money freely. Yes, you're supposed to give it and bring it along, but that's right. The question is actually transparent. That's what I want to make sure. And when you have these programs that are not funded, like Flint, Michigan, why are the tax dollars not used to Michigan? Because the Flint, Michigan clearly has the prices of the children having been poisoned from the lead poisons of the rise of the lead and the water of the pipes that have not been appropriated for those funding. We have New Orleans from the time of the national disaster. Anywhere in the world, the color has not been where the tax dollars that we're supposed to be collecting are their lives are improved. That's what we're creating as a system. And those dollars should not be outside, it should stay within first. Help the people here first, and then do these things that are humanitarian to help those out in the world. But the people here are just blessed to stay and not have any sort of recourse or to improve anything with their lives. When they share natural life, they are literally left behind to feed to themselves. That is the tragedy. And this is my issue with Israel today. It says in the scriptures, very clearly, verse 22, when you glaze your vineyard, if you should leave on the corners of the vineyard, leave something for the poor. Well, the Israel takes these billions of dollars every year. They take these billions of dollars every year, and it's not the same on their part. We can tell what to take for billions of dollars, because we know that you yourself is not help the people you're supposed to be helping and collecting taxes from. That's my concept in Israel. They're not being what those can. It says the scripture, those dollars should be left, the billions should be left to the poor, and still no suffering. So when you collect those dollars, you're saying to the world that the Torah scriptures does not matter. It's all about my greed. It's all about my corruption. It's about all making myself better and those suffering. This change I have in life.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. And our caller, you brought up a very good point. So thank you so very much for calling in and sharing that information. I found that text from Mama Joy, one of our regular listeners, and we appreciate you, Mama Joy. Thank you so much for sending this. She says, Grand Rising, one of the points of our situation here as descendants of the most distinguished sacred servants of America is to know that the 3/5 compromise of the U.S. Constitution is still filtering through, attaching to, and impacting us. The 16th Amendment is attached to that 3/5 of a person. This creates laws that can take taxes from us in other ways and not have to give us any returns. Therefore, unjust tax laws. And that is what we are experiencing. And let the record show, for a disclaimer, we are not saying do not pay your taxes. That is not what we are saying. Let me repeat that. We are not saying do not pay your taxes, but do become conscious. Let this show with our guest today, the Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, President and CEO of the Tikkun Chai International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, nationally, and internationally. And also our guest who invited him on would be Savannah, who is, Samana. I keep saying Savannah. Samana, and I'll let her say the last name, professor of electrical engineering at Moraine Valley College. It's important that you know who these people are because they are working behind the scenes on your behalf to enlighten our community as to why we still have economic apartheid. And as we go to the phone, the lines are still lit up at area code 312.
Well, I want to just give more of a clarity of everything that you find my book has given me, things that we're saying. But these tax dollars, we have to understand, we just said more, let's come here in droves. Bodies, particularly like APAC. But you don't understand what APAC is. You come on TV, you go to bed, and come on TV and say, oh, APAC, it is, but it's all the unrighteousness of what the funding that is taken from our people in droves. They are just literally sitting on droves, taking our money and having business used for their own purposes. It does not help people of color. Now, let me make sure that very much so you see APAC, which means it's a it has a group that is appropriate to the House within this organization called the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. And this group was at one point was supposed to be to protect the rights of Jews.
Mm-hmm.
And we never had anything that had anything that challenges their belief and their ability to be Jews and large. But however, they somehow can be explained on purpose to have something that they do differently to promote where it is against anyone who challenges their ability to come that it is. But they now become not more so a hate group and a target. They target Arab Americans, target African Americans, target a part-time group of people, or anyone that has a that's very important to understand what is a tax. They're the ones that get tax dollars to promote Israel, more of a serious pattern of these abuses of the money they're using to collect every single day, or every year. So that's important for us to understand. You see those groups come on TV, even like that, these different I think last a couple of months ago, you see Donald Trump and company like take over impact. They go there for a reason to certify that the promotion of these dollars taken from our people. And then we don't have any of these things available to us. There's such a vibe under our noses that we not have anything else but ourselves, and which is a tragedy.
Yes, it is. And now that you've said that, I think back in the day when I was working in secular radio we're getting much love on social media, getting the hearts. Thank you so much for sharing that on our Facebook channel. I was thinking about, there was, when I was at Gospel Radio 1390 WGCI, there was a community event that was held in Lincoln Park, and one of the sponsors was the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. And I couldn't understand why, if this was such a great organization, why there were people there who were not in favor of this organization. They were saying things, and I couldn't understand it because it just didn't make sense to me. The message that the ADL was giving was about inclusion and helping people. But there were people on the other side saying that is not so. You need to know everything that's going on behind the league. And another thing that Savannah brought up also, back in the day before I was married, I dated a fellow whose parents were Jewish, who he told me that he had to always send a portion. He was in construction, so he made quite a bit of money, and he always had to pay his family money to send back to Israel for guns. And I was shocked when he said that. I never heard such a thing. And I was like, wow, was that an eye-opener? So this is nothing new. This has been going on since the beginning of time. And time of the essence. Time is of the essence, people. We have to wake up. And if you're just waking up and tuning in, you're listening to the Female Solution Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks on Monday Morning Mindfulness. My guest is Samantha. Girl, please say that last name for me so I can get it right. Spell that for me, because you're a little weak. A-H-M as in Mary, A-D-I. Amadi. I can say that. Thank you so much, Amadi. I can say the other two, just got a lazy time. Amadi, professor of electrical engineering at Moraine Valley College. And she has invited the president and CEO of Tikkun Chai International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, nationally, and internationally. So if you're listening in some other parts of the world, we thank you. We appreciate you in support of Americans who are still experiencing apartheid here in America. And you stay close, and we've got very special messages for you. And we'll be right back.
Do you want to live in a world without war? join our global peace movement. Heavenly culture, world peace, and restoration of life transcends culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I am Director Shin-Suk Kim of the HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com. We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the new money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456. Hi, this is Bianca, your holistic life coach. Every Friday morning, I'm on the Female Solution. I'm also blogging live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soul Purpose Healing, where I help you get back into alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. On Sunday, you can call in at 215-383-5863 or go to www.blogtalkradio.com/soulpurposehealing. When I'm not doing spiritual adjustments on Blog Talk Radio, I'm helping clients reduce the stress in their lives with EFT, essential oils, and cost-saving health plans like AmeriPlan. AmeriPlan is a better way to save money on your healthcare expenses. There is more information on how to contact me at www.yourholisticlifecoach.com. Till then, stay in joy.
Oh man, God sent the monthly sun bill today. This sunlight is really expensive, especially during this season. I'll probably have to work overtime to pay it.
Well, you better pay it on time. We don't want the sun to go out and we're sitting up here all day in the dark. Wouldn't it be terrible if God charged us for sunlight? Well, thank God, the light and heat from the sun is free. So why are we paying such high bills for the energy we use in our homes? Because we don't know how to use solar energy, the free energy from the sun. You can convert your regular home to a solar energy home and save tremendously on your electric bill. Take a look at your electric bill. Wouldn't you like to reduce or possibly even eliminate that cost altogether? Let one of our solar consultants show you how. Call today, 312-849-3456, and schedule a free consultation. That's 312-849-3456. Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Radio, The Female Solution. Monday, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. We make it a mindful day. Thanks for listening.
And thanks for joining us on social media this morning on Facebook.com, Zelda Speaks, and our YouTube channel, Higher Learning Network TV show channel. Thank you for all your questions and your comments this morning. And a special happy birthday to our executive producer. Happy Earth Day. That would be Dr. Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Show and founder of the, excuse me, of the Female Solution radio show. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And a very special thank you to Minister Cynthia Williams, who is such a sweetheart. I was driving yesterday in all of this horrible weather yesterday morning and headed to the far south side, and I was about to be wiped out by a truck jumped in front of me. And just as the truck did it, it splashed all this slush on my window where I could not see. I was on the phone. I had my headphones on, and I was speaking to Minister Cynthia Williams, who's host here on the Female Solution. And she said a power of protection for me, and the truck just, it's almost like it disappeared. It just got out of my way and let me through. And I was like, oh my God. So I didn't get a chance to thank her for that while I was talking to her, because I was traumatized while I'm driving. And I was like, so thank you for the prayer of protection that surrounded me yesterday morning. And thank you for taking your time this morning as you go out and about, because it is treacherous outside. And if you just joined the conversation this morning, we're talking about economic apartheid here this morning, because you know today is tax deadline day. If you have not filed your taxes, they're coming after you if you haven't filed for an extension. Yes, they are. And economic apartheid is really, it's second-class citizenship, because it is inhumane treatment to your fellow human beings. And here with us discussing this matter is Amadi, a professor at Moraine Valley College and all of electrical engineering. Wow, sister, I need to come see what you do, girl. I need to tape that, because I need to know a few things, because I know absolutely nothing about what you're talking about. But I'm sure your students are enthralled, and I can't say that I want to be one of them, but I sure would like to come and sit in on a class and learn something new. Because now you saying thank you, I appreciate it, but girl, you don't know me. I'll be there. Hello, somebody. Heaven high. Thank you so much I will definitely take you up on that. And we also have on the line the young man that you invited. Thank you so much for inviting President and CEO of Thich Nhat Hanh International, a foundation that advocates for social justice and equality locally, national, and internationally. That's Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef. And we have a ton of calls on the line, and I've got to take at least one. Area code 773-221. Did I take your call already? Area code 773-221. Oh, that was Nelson. I'm sorry. Let me go to the next call. Area code 312-823. You're live on the Female Solution, Grand Rising. What's your name? Where you calling from? 312-823.
Grand Rising is Rashida calling from Chicago.
Grand Rising, Rashida. Thank you so much for joining us. What's your question or comment?
Yeah, I just think that we as Americans have been miseducated.
Yes, ma'am.
To the fact of our rights and responsibilities, because we do have rights, we do have responsibilities, and that are legally required every citizen in the United States, but we've been miseducated. We have the right to freedom to express ourselves, to worship, to vote, and also to apply for work and freedom to pursue life, liberty, and pursue happiness. But we also have other rights that no knowledge of.
Sister Rashida, are you moving? Because we can. We got a lot of static in your background. Are you moving around, or can you switch to another phone?
I can switch to another phone, but that is I'm calling your phone, but I don't have to be in my background, so it has to be your phone. Can you hear me better now?
No, there's a lot of squeaking in the background. We apologize for that, but we
That's
say
very good.
yeah, but we.
I have you on the speaker. Can you hear me now?
No, you should take us off a speaker. Don't put us on speaker. A lot of time that's where that echo comes from.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Much better. I don't know.
I was just thinking that we should exercise as citizens respect for the rights that we do have and be re-educated as well to the rights, because we also have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to participate in this democratic process and to stay informed of the issues affecting our community, and as well as participate in our local communities, and to serve. But a lot of us in province areas don't participate and wander off to what other people are doing instead of being responsible for some of these responsibilities that are legally required for every citizen.
I agree wholeheartedly. Amadi, would you like to comment on that?
I would like to comment, I appreciate the fact that you're acknowledging that some of our rights are being deprived from us. For example, how many people voted to go to war against Iraq? I mean, that was your life, that was your money, that was your rent. At the end of the day, if you watch the documentary, I give my students extra credit for watching it. Who killed the electric car? There was the electric car was invented probably a decade ago, and it was proved to have much higher efficiency. It didn't have the emissions that the regular cars have, and it had high speed. It was very valued car, customer valued car. But these oil companies that are backed by these politicians saw millions of dollars of their money going losses in it, because if everyone switched over to the electric car, no one's going to buy oil from them anymore. So, what it is, they label people as terrorists just as they label, these Native Americans as savages, just as they enforce people from Africa to slavery for their own purpose. It's all it goes back to white supremacy and exploiting the resources of minorities. And so when you think about it, where were those weapons of mass destruction? Iraq was destroyed, Libya was destroyed. And when you think about it, the same thing goes on here. It's the minority areas where African Americans are populated, you find they don't have access to clean water. And at the same time, weapons was given to Saudi Arabia to destroy Yemen's water infrastructure. Now they have the worst cholera outbreak in the world. So, you see the same thing here.
To decrease population.
Are under scrutiny here. The African Americans are given their rights. Overseas, they're practicing the same thing in the name of fighting terrorism. What is that fighting terrorism? Is that white supremacy? Is that Western imperialism? They're just oppressing people with a certain race to get their own benefit, or to access their resources for their own benefit. Again, I think there's a movie that, what's his name, that famous actor was involved in Black Diamond, and it's how children were being named in these diamond mines. So people can have people in richer countries can have access to their diamonds, And the same thing goes in the Middle East, the oil, or you do ask your question, so what happened to those weapons of mass destruction? Where were they? And no one ever voted that. That's our tax money. Instead of going towards the rights of the minority for them to have access to clean water, it's going overseas to destroy more people, for the white people, that 1% to benefit more from the resources. So we're all being exploited in a way.
We're all being used, and we're just not aware of it until today, as Iyanla Vanzant would say, until today. So as a
rich politicians
don't even have to pay.
No, they don't. We pay all of the taxes. And we complain about it, but we do nothing about it
I mean,
until today.
that's part of the culture. That's part of the culture.
Yes.
I think the
To keep us dumbed down.
I'm sorry.
To keep us dumbed down. It's part of the culture.
Yes. The idea is she made a point that I talked about. She said that we don't participate in the Bible. And that is the part of the culture we live in. That it is lovely. It's not happening. It's open for your voices. That part of the culture to be much changed than the people. That everything that you do on purpose is what they actually do. You don't have to be a part of the good commandments. There is a process. I'll be part of the process that you carry about how you are being represented. God's represented. You don't have to represent police. Represented are individual unity. And you're not going to be represented all the time. You're doing yourself a disservice because you're not going to give you respect for this interest. And you do everything you want to do with you. You're not part of the process. If you're not going to be tolerated, these things of having going to different places, terrorize people to a close outside the home, keeping women, children, almost 8,000 children, hundreds died. That makes it years. You have all these things that are going on. This movement designed to believe it's nothing gets done. That's part of the leadership. So I think to show people that this does happen. That this does happen. This does make you have a elegant side or use it to help you think it and your own mind. You still have the right to do that. Because on purpose today, back then, you're doing free. You're doing a duty to your country. You give those things because they're good about things in return. That's the part of leadership in this country and this society. You don't emphasize that point. That we give out to come back. It's like, I'll have to see something else. Well, I'll have to do something to do this. Also do. Okay, time for me to division of the wealth. Okay, after you have to have bills to pay or to do something. But be sure that I have access to those words. It's about transparency. It's about having a blueprint of my dollars being used for ways that I don't want to have my own household. I want to work every day. I want to just blow the money I make in the home. I will use it, put it away, and pay this, pay that, pay this. Then have something left over if I need to do something else. But that's not the idea of government. To take our dollars and use it for unrighteous things and give us no access to having any information or any recourse to understand whether this is justice or not. That's the system. And if you have what politicians do, getting active for everyone and not being the representative themselves, then we don't use the problem. Because they take behind the door, we're going to go to get those dollars. So go to get those dollars. We do go with it. And when they do sign on to that problem, they get the perk. That's the perk. That's the positive habit, all the things they get from behind closed doors. Get all of it. Vacations, get jets, all these things because they don't go against the animals. They don't go against the animals for the people who then vote them in to say, listen, people are using my dollars to represent the government in the right manner. Then they come back to these things. That's hypocrisy.
Yes, it is. Highest form.
No longer to allow these things to continue. It is up to the leadership to stand in a way and to be conscious and either
Well said. Man's inhumane treatment to humanity. They do not deserve to be called human, but we do deserve to take a few more calls before we can get out of here. Area code 314-381. You are live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Bianchi calling from the Midwest, living in the greatest country on earth at this present time. And he was making reference of bad water. The federal government has nothing to do with your water condition in your local community. That's your responsibility as the people of that community.
Well, all right.
I'm here in a different city. I don't want to be paying for people's water in another city. In our city, we put in new water lines to alleviate the problems we had with bad infrastructure. We done so by passing the bond issue and paying for it. So in other areas of the country need to do the same thing. Another point, the United States government is not going into countries and extracting resources. You as a business person, ma'am, if you set up a business in another country, and for whatever reason, something horrible happened, like a coup or whatever, well, that Marine battalion that's located in that embassy in that country will come out and protect you. If you own an airline that flies from here to another country and the airline go bankrupt and all of a sudden you stranded, the U.S. State Department will provide you with transportation to come back to the United States. Those are the benefits and privileges of being a United States citizen. And that is good.
Wow.
And as far as taxation is concerned,
all right.
According to the Constitution, taxation was apportioned. That means if the bill was $12, let's say $50, then each state will do $1 for the bill. Now, how they came up with that $1 depends on how that state is ran. That was the apportionment clause. Things have changed since then. Right now, the federal government are involved in things that it was never designed to do, i.e. insurance and feeding people. So I just wanted to make mention of that. Thank you.
Well, thank you for
bringing
signing.
that up. I do have a few questions for you. What about that wall that's being built between the border of Mexico and the U.S.? Did any of the civilians vote for their tax money to be invested on something like that? Or
the Constitution, well, hang on. You asked one question. Let me stick on that one question. The Constitution, the federal government has the responsibility of protecting the borders of the United States, not the states, not the villages, not the city. It's the federal government. And however they feel is best to do that, that's how they're supposed to protect the United States from invasions through its borders.
But aren't they supposed to ask the opinion of the public? Like, don't we have a right to vote if we want our money to be invested on something like that or not? That's my question.
No, you don't have an opinion when it comes to that. That is a requirement by the Constitution to the federal government to protect the borders. That's why Chicago is a sanctuary city that allow illegals to stay in the country. Well, that there is very highly questionable. Why would you permit someone who has broken the law to seek sanctuary in your city? The federal government is supposed to remove them. Now, here's another thing, real quick.
Yeah, real quick, because we're about to go off the air.
It would be militia groups. That would be citizens that bear arms and will take care of those things as required by Article 10 of the United States Constitution that the government does not do.
Can I ask a question? I appreciate you.
Yeah, we've got about 30 seconds. We got to wrap the show up, Rabbi. Go ahead.
Okay.
And thank you, Pasante, for calling in.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
No. Go ahead, Rabbi. Go ahead. I want you to give us a closing thought.
Okay. For the gentleman first point, with regards to the government's responsibility for securing its borders. Well, I just want to bring forward the historical component of bringing people coming to this country. This country is not what I would call it's not a government. It's not a country that's just one race. This country is built on immigrants of all different races, backgrounds, and different sectors. When you have these people that have come here from all of these different countries, around the world. It's been to all generations. So that's like standing.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Rabbi Yosef. Give us, Amani, can you give us a closing thought in just 30 seconds here or so?
Yes, thank you so much. One last thing, there will be a protest at the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Washington, D.C., June 12th from 2 to 6 p.m. We'd appreciate if you could join that. That's June 12th, 2 to 6, Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Washington, D.C.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning and sharing that information. We greatly appreciate it. We got about 30 seconds here. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure and join in tomorrow at the Female Solution for Mama Joy, talking about true love. If you'd like to contact me during the week, your private session, Zelda Speaks, Zelda at zeldaspeaks.com, or just go to zeldaspeaks.com. Call me 312-409-6619 to schedule your stress relief session. And next week will be Lorraine Price Henderson, author of Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. Stay on purpose, stay empowered. Stay tuned to your next mindfulness moment on The Female Solution on Monday Morning Mindfulness. Thank you so much. Make it a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning from 7 until 9 a.m.
Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan, Shukriya, Afghanistan. And peace be upon you, and the mercy of God, and God's blessings.
And thank you, our family, joining us today. Happy birthday, Dennis Snipes. Tomorrow's a birthday. And Tanisha Critical Billingsley, birthday tomorrow as well. Thank you so much as well. Which airs tomorrow, Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Today's topic was, it's the tax deadline and your taxes are due. And do you know where your tax dollars are going? And do you even care? Economic apartheid is in full effect. So thank you for joining us this morning. Share this video, like this video, and do something special for yourself today. After all, you do deserve it. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Namaste. Make it a great day.